Hello, anybody who's watching, and welcome back to Age of Plays Kamidori. Last time we went to the arena, realized that we were not strong enough, then we went to the mine to test out our compatibility and stuff. Will leveled up, yay. Wait, did I get any bat fangs, actually? New recipes, ooh. Okay then. So these are a bunch of sales items that I can make. So I did not get another Bafang yet. I need branches. And branches and feathers and ivy. Okay, those are going to be things that'll probably take a while to find. Soybean garden. Oh hey, ivy. Can I? No, I can't. Well. Okay. Actually, you know what? No. I'm going to, for now, put Emelita on shop management. Sarah Wee and I came to the bar for lunch. I decided to ask her about the Earthmen since I've been thinking a lot about them.
アースマンについてですか？そういえば探索途中でも随分と気にしていましたね。
Once I started thinking, I couldn't stop. I tried checking things out myself, but I think you know best. She looks at my excited eyes and smiles softly as she sips her wine.
エルフが刺激するアースマンのことでよろしければお話ししましょう。
That the elves. Wait, do you mean there are different kinds?
人間や魔族の間では一括りにされてしまうことも多いのですが、その実アースマンは2つに大きく分けられます。精霊としてのアースマンと創造体としてのアースマンです。精霊と対話することが可能な私たちエルフは一般的に精霊としてのアースマンを刺激します。一方で精霊との結びつきが希薄な種族の魔術師などは創造体としてのアースマンを用いることが多い。
Her eyes lower and a shadow falls across her gentle face. I was going to ask what the difference was, but the words get stuck in my throat. I don't know what the reason is, but she obviously doesn't have a good opinion of using constructed Earthmen. So, if Earthmen are mana, then Earth mana can become Earthmen? I don't push her and decide to just change the subject instead.
その通りです。よくご存知ですね。
Nah, that's common knowledge.
土星アースマンはその名が示す通り土に眠る地の精霊によって生み出されるもの。
Which, if you may have noticed, but we got somewhere. Where is it? Packed mud, magics. Gnome essence, right here. Got that. I'm pretty sure that's one of the things we're gonna need for this quest.
エルフは地の精霊に交渉を持ちかけて助力を仰ぎ手足の代わりとして作り出すのです。
Heard there was something called a mana contract, but I've only heard the term. Sarah Wee shrugs a little bit as if it's not important. But still, a normal human can't talk to any mana at all. I'm a little jealous.
母なる大地に属する者として守護を信条とする地の精霊はおおらかな性格で願いを聞き入れてくれやすいんです。本質的に精霊との関係が薄い人間族のウィルでも私が仲介すれば話を聞いてくれると思いますよ。
I scratch my head in embarrassment. She saw through me completely. Sarah Wee quietly watches me, questioning me with her clear eyes about what I want to do. The Earthman, I imagine, is like a powerful wall, impervious to any attack. If I could talk to an Earthman like that, the more I think about it, the harder it is to hold down my excitement. it's okay with you, I'd love to talk to a Mana if it's possible.
承知しました。ではまずアースマンを生成するところから始めましょうか。ウィルと精霊をつなぐための儀式の場がアースマン生成の儀であると考えてください。
That?
どうしました？何か不都合な点でもありましたか？
No, I was just thinking. I mean, you don't have to talk to a gnome for me.
余計な気を回しすぎましたか？
Sarah leans close and whispers to me very mischievously.
アースマンにも興味がおありのようでしたので、ついでですし、どうだろう。そう思ったんですが。
Her breath tickles my cheek, my face is burning hot. But thank you, I'm grateful, Sarah. I have to speak slowly so I don't too late. I have to speak slowly so I don't trip over my tongue. She nods and laughs softly as she leans back. She took advantage of me here to have some fun, but now all I can think about is creating Earthmen with her help. Yeah, let's go do it eventually. Let's get these out of the way first, though. The square is crowded today. I should be able to find something new here right now. You're all quite enthusiastic at gathering information for a novice. Without information, we won't know where to go. I suppose you're right. You're looking for information? Let's see. There have been rumors about more monsters appearing around Lake Shiseitika. The guild doesn't think it's dangerous enough to act, but it might be good for a beginner like you. Southern shore at Lake Shiseitika now open. And there seem to be strange tricks being played lately in one part of the Yuela woodland. Just kid pranks, so nobody's seriously worried, but you should still be careful. What of Mana in the Yuela woodland now open? Indeed, thanks for the information. Lake Shiseitika and Yuela woodland, I should check them out when I have the chance. New quest, investigate Shiseitika, investigate mischief. Hey, there was another thing here. I mean, I'm fine with the Yuela thing. Wait a second, is this the thing that I think it is? Anyways, I don't know about the Shiseitika thing, but the Yuela Woodland one, I'm pretty sure, introduces a couple new characters. It's still dark when I wake up. The book I was reading is still in my bed. I guess I fell asleep reading. Look out the window at the sky between the nearby rooftops. I take a drink of the bottle of wine on the end table, put on my jacket, and go out. I can hear the sound of a blacksmith. There are some alchemists already hard at work. I walk up the stairs to the square. From this angle, it looks like they lead right to the moon. The beautiful moon is still out right now. It's hard to see between all the buildings, but the sky is just now starting to brighten. It's almost dawn. The empty plaza will be crowded by the morning market soon. I take a deep breath of the cool air. It's never quiet in Yuela. No matter where, no matter when, there are always sounds of city life. I grew up in this noise. It doesn't annoy me. It feels natural. I enjoy the fresh air as I walk home. The shadows from the stars are starting to fade. None of the others would be up as early as me. I'm completely awake now. Instead of going back to sleep, I should get to work. I turn my back on the plaza, but then sense somebody nearby and turn around again. Who could it be? They're wearing a black robe that fades through the darkness. I can barely hear her footsteps, but she's not sneaking. She goes down the stairs and turns around a corner. Walking like a cat. Curious, I follow her as she disappears into the shadow of the building. She leaves the main roads and goes down a small alley. She travels down winding roads between houses, clearly familiar with the route. If I hadn't grown up here, I wouldn't be able to follow her. She walks through a small plaza and then turns another corner. She passes through the gate of an abandoned house and goes to the small yard behind it. Yuela is full of yards like this. Even though the fronts of the streets are lined with houses, there are often yards hidden behind them. My own house has one too. The person in the cloak came all this way without hesitating, but suddenly stops with her back still to me.
いつまでついてくる気だ。
Yuela asked in a soft voice without looking back at me. Her voice carries surprisingly well. I'm surprised. I step around the corner and shrug instead of explaining. Sorry, I didn't mean to bother you. What are you doing this early? Yuela closes her lips. Maybe she doesn't want to answer. I scratch my head awkwardly. I'm just curious. I know it's nothing bad, but a girl by herself at this time of day. I think I see Yuela's eyes flash for a second.
そういう気遣いは結構だ。
It kind of is. I mean, she could probably take most people, probably. Sorry, I didn't mean to insult you. I try to apologize. Maybe I made her mad. I look down and notice that the grass here is very ragged. What's more, the ground is treaded down. The house looks empty, so I don't think anybody is taking care of the yard. Now that I look more closely, there are a lot of leaves and branches that have obviously been cut by something very sharp. One looks like it was cut exactly in half, and another one looks like it was shaved down to a hair's width. There are countless overlapping footprints all over the ground. I can see fresh ones too. Look back at Yuela. Do you always come here this early?
お前には関係ない。
I kneel down and feel the ground directly. If someone wasn't walking on it every day, it wouldn't be this packed. And the way Yuela's dressed right now, she's wearing her full armor. What's she doing? I don't mean to get in her way, but at the same time, I'm too curious to just go home. Are you borrowing this yard, or are you using it without permission? She closes her mouth, but she looks upset. She closes her eyes slowly.
ダメだと言われれば出ていく。
I knew it. I laugh loudly. Yuela is definitely mad. You're practicing here, right? If so, then get proper permission to use it.
私はこの町の人間じゃない。それに目立ちたくはない。
All the more reason to do it. Regardless, I know a perfect place for you. Yuela looks at me suspiciously. I laugh proudly and point my thumb at myself.
何が言いたい？
Huh? You don't get it?
言いたいことがあるならはっきり言えばどうだ。
I'm saying that she can use the backyard of my workshop. When she finally understands, she looks away.
そこまで世話になるわけにはいかない。
Then don't use it. It needs to be weeded. I've been busy with the workshop, so the grass is overgrown. I'm trying to joke around, but she's not smiling at all. Well, anyway, I said it. Instead of here, I use my backyard. Wouldn't that be better?
お前にとっての利点がない。
I want to watch you practice, or can I?
この話はなかったことにしてくれ。
Yuela quickly walks away. I try to chase after her. I was just joking. If you don't want me to watch, then I won't.
冗談？
She looks back at me.
それはすまなかった。私にはユイドラの冗談は理解できない。
Jesus. The stupid Google Chrome class not registered just happened again. This looks too serious. I'm not sure what to say. Well, it's okay. Well, if you need a way it'll benefit me, having you practicing nearby would be helpful if I was ever in trouble. You wouldn't want a reputation as an oblivious guard because someone ambushed me while you were training elsewhere. It would make it easy for us to talk about making weapons and armor for you too. How about that?
私が外で修行をするのが迷惑ということだな。
Well, that's not exactly what I meant. I have to explain it to her. We're communicating, but it feels like something's getting lost par way. Well, I wouldn't say that you'd be annoying me, but you're welcome to practice nearby. It's about the same as this place, same size too, and harder to see from the road.
お前はそれでいいのか？
Well, I'm the one who suggested it, right? Let's go there for now. I practically forced Yuela back to the workshop with me. See? The same, right?
そうだな。
Yuela looks around my backyard, then removes her cloak and draws her sword with a sharp metallic sound. She spins around in place, the wind ripping around her. Her distant Afrodian clothes flutter gracefully in the air. Ooh, very nice. I clap without thinking. Yuela sheathes her sword. Well, you can use my yard, right?
ああ、今日からはここを使わせてもらう。
条件についてだが、ここの草むしりをすればいいんだな。
Huh?
そういう話だったと思うが、違ったか？
No, or, you really don't need to worry about that.
そういうわけにはいかない。
That was a joke.
冗談？
Well, I mean, if you're practicing here, then the grass will naturally get cut and dirt will get packed down, right? I try hard to explain away my embarrassment about what I said. Yuela finally seems to understand.
ならば最初からそう言ってくれ。
Sorry. What am I apologizing for? I guess Yuela's from distant Frodi. She might not understand our sense of humor. But I don't think that's the only reason. Okay, please show me how you practice now.
ダメだ。
I make a theatrical shrug of disappointment from her rejecting me so bluntly. Of course, it's just an act. I know that she's still a very close person. From that day on, you all came to practice behind my workshop every morning. There's still this thing. I'm gonna do this. Put together all my notes and research about making an Earthman after talking to Sarui. First, I'll need to collect the basic materials that form one. The Earthmen that elves create are made with the help of the Mana themselves. I need materials close to nature itself. Therefore, I need natural products from places filled with Earth Mana. I'll also need to set up somewhere suitable for the ritual to create an Earthman. That should be easy. Setting up a basic area that supports the flow of magic isn't hard. Natural materials and a magical area. Okay, no problem. I read over all my notes and books and burn the information into my brain. I thought he was gonna say burn them in the fire. I'll need fresh mud times 3, magic sand times 3, and packed mud. I have that. I don't know about these. The training ground and the sediment corridor in the Yuidora mine should have all those. Sediment corridor? Just you wait, future Earthman. I'm going to create something amazing. New quest, create an Earthman. Gnome stone recipe registered. Okay. Oh, jeez. You guys, come on. As I get ready to start working today, Emelita runs into the workshop.
ねえウィル、広場に行こうよ。大将が到着したみたいなの。
Oh, sounds interesting. Yudora's plaza is open every day as the market area, but sometimes a caravan from far away arrives. On those days, you can see strange things which you never normally see in the city. But I was just about to get to work.
いいものが売れちゃったらどうするのよ。
You could be right. Okay, I'll bet on finding something. Let's go.
ほら、急いで行こう。
Plaza's crowded already. Some are here for daily needs, but there are others like us too, looking for anything interesting, so there's a big crowd.
わあ、すごーい。ねえ見て見て、あんなにいっぱいあるよ。
Yeah, there are. I'm looking around while Emelita keeps getting distracted and running off to find one new thing after another. If I take my eyes off her for a moment, I'll lose her in the crowd.
おいしそう。
Emelita is enraptured by a big salted fish on a spit. That's from Kellenri. It's a trout that came here from north of Kellenri. Since Kellenri is on a large river, they often have excellent fish.
あれでもこっちのお肉もカレンリさんだよ。ユイドラさんのお魚やお肉は？
Somewhat, but we don't have a major river. See there? That mutton's from Yuidora.
それに結構高いんだね。
Yuidora is surrounded by hills and meadows, so dairy farming tends to be popular. There's enough meat, dairy, and other food like that for the outskirts to live on their own, but not Yuidora. Yuidora's fruit mostly comes from the forest surrounding Amarant in the west. And most importantly, we import all our grains, like wheat, from the west too. There's the Koti Real Plains in the west, and the city of Santaria and Amreshi on the coast. So while Yuidora produces very little food, everybody is still able to readily buy it every day. Yuidora relies on a lot of expensive imported goods from the Mikelti nations, but there's nothing we can do about that. Yuedora sells its minerals and refined goods, and in turn, relies on other cities for meat and grain. And thus, trade is born. As Yuedora developed, it needed more food, and so its trade naturally continued to grow. Oh, that fish comes from Yuedora. Look, that one. Point out a shop where there are a bunch of different fish. Kamidori races towards one of them.
見て見てこの顔、愛嬌あると思わない？
She points and laughs at a freshwater catfish. Ah, that. Aside from the face, it's very tasty.
え、これって食べられるの？
You never had a Kamidori?
え、嘘！こんな顔してたの？初めて見た。お前ってこんなに面白い顔してたんだね。
It can be caught in the rivers and lakes around Yuedora, so it's a staple of Yuedora seafood. If you live in Yuedora, you'll eat it eventually.
見れば見るほどウィルそっくりだよね。
Rude. I look at the catfish's face. Tiny, unaligned eyes on a giant face with a giant mouth surrounded by thin lips. And disheveled whiskers drooping down.
最高にそっくり。
Very rude. In that case, then this looks like you. Pointed to a small ohario.
可愛いし美味しいよね。
You know about this one?
だってそのまま焼いて出てくるじゃない。このお腹の色とかすごく綺麗だよね。
Amelita smiles brightly. Yeah, you're right. It's pink, just like you.
それ私に似てるわけじゃないよ。
Amelita puffs her cheeks angrily and grabs the ohario. She lets go of it quickly and holds up her finger. Hey, are you okay?
なんかささっと。
Let me see. I hold Amelita's finger up to my eyes. It's just a little prick from a spine next to its gills. It's no big deal. You shouldn't have touched it. You need to be careful about spines. Well, you'll be okay. Make sure to put some ointment on it later.
ありがとう。
The stall's owner looks annoyed at us. Can't blame him. We're making a commotion in front of his shop and touching his merchandise without permission. Sir, I'll buy this. And that too. I turn serious and finish up shopping.
そういえば、ウィルは料理もできるんだよね。
Something you have to learn when you live alone.
みんなできるのかな？
You haven't ever cooked?
ほら、私、見た目と違って案外不器用だから。
Amelita smiles and laughs. Then she suddenly gets mad.
もう、そんなことないって言ってくれないと。
Sorry. I'll teach you next time. What do you want to eat?
キジ肉のシチ
Jeez. That's a little outside my budget. I grimace. I only ate it once. My parents were celebrating something when I was a little kid. But I don't remember what it tasted like, or even how it looked.
ュー。言ってみただけだよ。ウィルが貧乏だってことは知ってるもんね。
Amelita laughs pridefully. Someday I'll be great and get to eat my fill.
楽しみにしてるよ。
She's still laughing. I don't believe you for a moment.
いつかは美味しいものを好きなだけ食べられるように頑張ろう。
You just keep making me sound more poor.
具体的な目標を持つことはいいことじゃない？
I guess. Okay, then I'll gorge myself on a great meat one day.
それまでは硬いパンと薄いワインでも我慢だよ。
Amelita's still happily laughing. We finish shopping and looking at the unusual items before heading home. Finally! There's nobody being like, hey man, you wanna talk about stuff? Okay, well, that's it for this part and my recording session today. Actually, let me check. Is the thing even open right now? Cinema recorder. Okay, that's free. Good. That means I won't have to worry about anything happening. Anyways, I will see you in the next part. Don't know when I'll record it, but then I didn't know that I was going to record these today. So, well, we'll see what happens. I got a stockpile of videos anyway, so I'll probably get more time. Well, see you in the next part. Bye.